everybody, and welcome back to another at-home music lesson with Mrs. Duke and the Treble with Music. Today I'm going to do an extension lesson. This is something I did with my co-op class, or first and second graders, a few weeks ago. So we're going to review some things. So if you're new to our videos or our music class, great, you can catch up with us. And then we're going to do some things in addition to what we did in music class, and I have some ideas of things that you can use around the house. But first, we're going to start with our hello song. So this is a rondo form. We did this in another video, but just to review, we're going to do an A section. So we're going to sing that part. Then in the B section, you're going to jump up and you're going to do some jumping jacks. Then the A section comes back. Then in the C section, you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do. And then you'll sit back down and we'll do the end, which is the A section for the last time. Hello there, I'm feeling good today. And when I feel this way, it makes me want to say, hello there, I'm feeling good today. And when I feel this way, it makes me want to say, hooray, stand up and jumping jack. Jumping jacks and jumping jacks and jumping jacks. And now sit down. Hello there, I'm feeling good today. And when I feel this way, it makes me want to say, hello there, I'm feeling good today. And when I feel this way, it makes me want to say whatever you want to do. Job. So we are going to do some rhythm stuff today. You might see kind of a hint to what we're going to do, those of you that know what this is. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, I wanted to see if you remembered a poem. Most people know this poem. It is about engine number 9. So we're going to keep a steady beat. So we make a hot potato and put it on your knee. Engine number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? Now, I also like to do some vocabulary sometimes when we do steady beat. So if you already know that poem, you're already off to a great start. If you don't, you can learn it, but you can also listen for some rhyming words. Did you hear any words in that whole poem that rhymed? Another thing I'd like for you to think about, was there a word in that poem that you heard more than once that had 2 syllables? So these are things to think about. We're going to do it again. Think about rhyming words and syllables and see if you can figure out where those are, because that will help you in just a few minutes. Engine number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? So, rhyming words. Let's see. Engine number 9, going down Chicago line. 9 and line rhyme. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? Track rhymes with back. So 9, line, track, back. So we do have some rhyming words. Now, my question is, think of all those words that rhymed, and how many syllables are they? Line, 9, track, back. 1 syllable. And my other question from a minute ago was there a word that we heard more than once that had 2 syllables? Any guesses? It was engine, engine. Engine has 2 syllables. Engine. Okay? So, 2 syllables, engine, engine, and then we did it again, engine. And then we had some 1-syllable words, and some of those were rhyming words. So let's do the whole thing one more time. Engine, engine number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? Okay, so in my class, I have these really nice laminated poem sheets, I call them. And so I handed these out. I have quite a few of them. I handed them out and I let groups of children gather around and they followed the train. So you'll notice that where it is engine, there are 2 trains. And then when there's a 1-syllable word, there's only 1. So for the first time that we went through, we tapped on every box, no matter what was in it. So we did it like this. Engine, engine number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? So that was keeping our steady beat while we said the whole poem. Now, when we put rhythm into what we're doing, we're now going to think about how the words go. And so when we did it that way, I had them point to each train. So sometimes in a box you would tap 2 times, sometimes you would tap once. So that would go like this. Engine, engine number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? Okay, so we then took a look at something called a heart chart. And just let me add right now that my good friend Laurie Zentz makes these, and she gave this one to me years ago, and I have used it more times than I can count. So thank you, Mrs. Zentz, for making such a wonderful tool for music teachers. So we are going to say our poem, and I'm going to tap every heart as we say each beat. So it would go like this. Engine, engine number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? So my question after we did all of this whole process to my class was, where would those double sounds come in? So after we went through, they started to figure out that some of these single hearts actually need to be beat and. Now we had already gone over what beat and was, so putting these in that particular day that we did this a few weeks ago was very simple for them, especially for Zachary. So if Zachary is watching, Zachary could have taught this whole thing. He knew from the very second I said what we were going to do where all of these went. So we are going to figure it out and then get our engine, our double or 2-syllable words in where they go. So engine, so that would be 2 sounds, engine, and then engine, engine, so that would be another one. Engine, engine number 9, so that would be another one. Engine, engine number 9. Going down Chicago line. Can you figure out where the double hearts would go? If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? Have you figured out where the rest of them would go? Well, I'll be right back, and I will have that all figured out. Now, before I show you what I have done, I just have to tell you that there are only so many beat and hearts, like this. So, the last line I've jumped ahead, and this happened in my class too. I've jumped ahead and I have put actual notes, and we'll talk about those in a minute. So here is the way the pattern of the rhythm of the words goes. Engine, engine number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? So these are actual notes. These represent eighth notes. These represent quarter notes. So if I were to do this whole thing with notes, which I will do in a moment, everywhere there's a double heart, we would have the double looking eighth notes. And everywhere there is a single heart, we would have the single lone quarter note. So this is a beat, and this would be the beat and. So like magic, I'm back. And you'll have to pardon the mixy-matchy, but I didn't have enough eighth notes, so I just used my double heart. So, engine, engine number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? Okay, now this is what I think is going to be the fun part. And this is actually getting you ready to do an Easter lesson that I'm going to be doing next week. So what we're thinking about are syllables. That is the key here. So remember when we did our poem, engine was how many syllables? And then line, 9, track, back. How many syllables were those? Okay. That is the trick. So remember that. Be thinking about that. Okay, now for the fun part. I'm going to send you on a treasure hunt around the house to find some things that we're going to use for our rhythms. So the first thing is, can you go find 4 pens and 12 markers or crayons? Markers or crayons, 12 markers or 12 crayons, either one of those, and 4 pens. All right, so put me on pause, go get your things, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, now that you're back with your 4 pens and your 12 either markers or crayons, here's what you need to do. You need to be either sitting on the floor where you have a space in front of you, flat on the floor, or you could be sitting at a table where you have enough surface on the table, surface area, to spread some things out. So either one of those will work. Now, since I am not going to be able to spread this out flat for you to see it, I have made a board. So here are my markers and my pens. So can you arrange your markers or crayons? Crayons or markers will work because both of those are 2 syllables. Markers, crayons, either one will work. So whichever one you got is fine. And then your pens will go in a certain place. Okay? So as I'm saying this, you can sit this out and you could make a top row, a second row, a third row, and a fourth row. Okay? So you're going to start with a marker, 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 pen. Marker, 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 pen. Marker, 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 pen, marker, 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 pen. So now that you have that all arranged in front of you, now we're going to put the poem words back in. Engine, engine, number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? All right, now I'm going to give you another treasure hunt to go on. Can you go find, let's see, you are going to need 12 toothpicks and 4 clips, paper clip. Can you see that? There we go. They're kind of small. Toothpicks, 12 toothpicks, and 4 clips. And I forgot to tell you this in the beginning. If you have a little baby brother or sister crawling around the floor, please be careful. You may not want to do this while they're crawling around. So these are not good for them to put in their mouth. So just be careful with that. So 12 toothpicks, 4 paper clips. Go get them and I'll see you in a second. Okay, this time we're going to do it the other way around. I'm not going to show you my pattern just yet. I'm going to let you make yours and then we'll compare. So here are the words, and remember, or just think about this a minute. Toothpick is how many syllables, and clip is how many syllables. Toothpick, clip. Okay, that's important. So think about this as we do the poem. And you're going to put your toothpicks and your clips out where you think they go. Engine, engine, number 9, going down Chicago line. If the train should jump the track, do you want your money back? So does your arrangement look like mine? Toothpick, 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 clip. Toothpick, 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 clip. Toothpick, 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 clip. Toothpick, 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 clip. How'd you do? All right, I have one more. This time I want you to go get dimes and pennies. So you're going to go get 12 pennies and 4 dimes. Okay, and by the time I come back, I want you to have them arranged in front of you. Pennies, dimes, to match the Engine, Engine number 9 poem. All right, good luck. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, do you have your pennies and your dimes? And by the way, I forgot to tell you that the ones that I'm using, I disinfected with hot soap and hot water and soap, disinfectant soap. So they are clean. So did you figure out the pattern? Do you have your pennies and dimes in order? All right, well, this is what I have. I hope you can see the difference. Some of my pennies are a little darker. I tried to get the brightest ones I had. So here they are. Penny, 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 dime. Penny, 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 dime. Penny, 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 dime. Penny, 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 dime. All right, now I'm going to mix it up. I think I'll go back to my toothpicks and clips because that's a little bit easier to see. So, hold on one second. I'll be right back. So I went and rounded up a few more clips, and I have made a totally different rhythm. This has nothing to do now with Engine, Engine number 9. It's a brand new rhythm with a brand new sound. So let's see what we have. And you could clap along. So when I do clip, that's how many claps? 1. And when I do toothpick, that's going to be 2. toothpick. All right? So you clap along while I touch each one of these, and let's say the words that they are. Clip, toothpick, toothpick, clip. Clip, toothpick, clip. Toothpick, toothpick, clip. Clip, toothpick, clip. Toothpick, clip, clip. Now, could you clap if I don't point to each one and I pat? Can you clap while I pat? But track this with your own eyes instead of me pointing. All right? Ready, and here we go. Now I have a surprise. Just like that, we have a whole different rhythm. Okay, so let's try this one. You can clap while I point and say the word. Clip, clip, toothpick, clip. Toothpick, clip, clip. Toothpick, toothpick, clip. Toothpick, clip, clip. Toothpick, toothpick, clip. Can you clap it while I pat it? Ready, and here we go. All right, now the cool thing is you can take any of these objects, or you could even think of other things that you have around the house, and you can mix them all up and make all kinds of rhythms. The possibilities are endless. And speaking of end, we have come to the end of our music class, so we're going to end with our goodbye song. And remember, it is Rossini's William Tell Overture. Giddy up, let's go. Giddy up, and so it is time to say farewell until another day. Rossini wrote this famous song. Giddy up, we say, and here we go and do some patting. Rossini wrote this famous song. Giddy up, we say, giddy up, let's go. So you go and have some fun with rhythms. See you next time.